Okay, getting set for race number 9 from Red Shores in Charlottetown. Horses swinging in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Vance Cameron going to be a good one. Up to you for the call.
And they're lining up in the Thursday night feature, rail out. Promise Me Later, The Real Princess, Sweet Molly. Elm Grove Mistress, Shakin' Blake, top of the stretch. Featured ninth, ready for a start. Up and pacing Elm Grove Mistress firing out. Promise Me Later along the rail. The Real Princess, third one to make the turn. To get away fourth, that's Sweet Molly, followed by the trailer, Shakin' Blake. At the eighth pole, Elm Grove Mistress from the outside, the leader. On the cones, Promise Me Later is going to give it up for the two-hole ride. Then third, that's the Real Princess. Sweet Molly's away fourth and trailing the field, the post-time favorite, Shakin' Blake. We've got movement on the front end as Barrio right lines Promise Me Later, putting her on the lead off a 28 and 4 opener. Second is Elm Grove Mistress. In third, that's the Real Princess. Fourth, that's Sweet Molly, and trailing fifth is Shakin' Blake. Down the stretch they come for the first time. Towards half mile, led by Promise Me Later. Racing second is Elm Grove Mistress. The Real Princess, she continues third. Then in fourth, the Sweet Molly. Shakin' Blake is still the trailer. By the midway point, they were led halfway home by Promise Me Later in 58 and 2. Elm Grove Mistress tracks along in the two-hole. Racing from third, the Real Princess. There goes Shakin' Blake, sent to the outside fourth. Racing fifth towards the rail, Sweet Molly. Here comes the three-quarters. Promise Me Later getting him there. The Real Princess on the outside. On the rail, Elm Grove Mistress. Shakin' Blake on the outside fourth. Sweet Molly fifth. 1:28 flat. 3/4 of a mile. Shade more than an 8 left to go. Promise Me Later turning home. Elm Grove Mistress second. The Real Princess third. Way wide, Shakin' Blake. They're in deep stretch now. Here's Promise Me Later and the Maritime Magic Man Barrio. Up for the deuce, that's the Real Princess. Elm Grove Mistress third. And the time for the mile in 1:57 flat.
Okay, here's a slow-mo for race number 9. Tonight it was the Thursday night feature from Red Shores. And Promise Me Later did not want any part of the two-hole here tonight. Elm Grove Mistress sings off the wings for Sweet, has the lead briefly, but out and around is Promise Me Later. And she held that lead all the way, 28 and 4, 58 and 2 for Promise Me Later at that point. 128. They were trying to come from the back, but they weren't going to get her through 3/4, and she's going to be a winner. 157 flat for Barrio out and around early. He wanted to control it, and he did. All the way to the finish. 157, Promise Me Later, and Barrio back in the Crown Rush Proofing winner circle next.
Promise Me Later arriving at the Crown Rush Protection Winner's Circle from the ninth race. Bay pacing mare, the 5-year-old daughter of Articulator, is off the Western Ideal Dam. Promise Me Hanover, home by Kingsley Walsh of Albany, Frank Balcom of Amherst, Nova Scotia, bred by Garth Cole of Kensington, trained by Luke Burke. Joe Barrio is in the driver's seat to guide the mare to her 20th lifetime victory tonight. The mile 157. Promise Me Later in the Thursday night feature at Charlottetown.